We're back to the Neil Haley Show. And, I love this kind of a conversation because I want to fly. I believe I can fly. And I'm not going to sing, I can believe I can touch the sky. Well, this guy will make me do it. At 6'10", when I used to be able to dunk, I could fly, but not fly enough. That's why I'm not sitting here as an NBA legend. I'm sitting here as a former college basketball player, pro wrestler, and now entertainer. But my guest today, Paul Rubin, the Fly Guy, is going to teach me how he got involved in this and stuff. Paul, thanks for stopping by. How are you?
My pleasure. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
So tell me how this started. Come on now, dude. Involved in flying.
It actually goes way back when I started when I was like 8 or 9, and my aunt bought me a magic kit. You know, those little cheap magic kits with the top hat and the fake rabbit and all that stuff, and you're doing all the magic. Well, because of that, I became a magician, and I was doing magic professionally when I was 11 or 12, and I really enjoyed performing. So I wound up taking theater in high school and then again in college. And while I was in college, a friend of mine was the secretary for a company that specialized in flying people. I had no idea that even existed. That's all they did. We fly people, and it's not an airplane. It's actually stage flying. And they were looking for a young college kid that they can, that can fix equipment when it came back broken and clean up the shop. But when I met with the owner, he was really impressed with my theatrical background, the fact that I was a magician and an actor. And he thought, you're better suited to choreograph these flying sequences and do this on the road instead of cleaning up the shop. Is that something that would interest you? And I'm like, yeah. So I started doing that, and I became his protege. And this is the guy that actually taught Mary Martin how to fly as Peter Pan and Sally Field how to fly as the Flying Nun.
Oh my God.
I'm like, and I was his protege for 8 years. And then during that time, I realized I don't really want to do anything else. This is my love. I don't want to act. I like magic, but to me, the illusion of flight on stage is giving me the biggest thrill.
Right.
So I've been doing it for over 30 years now.
So have you just stuck with on stage, or you've done in other places as well?
Oh no, I do stage, I do TV, film, and I even do outdoor arenas.
Okay, you heard about what happened to Owen Hart back in the day. If you're a fly person, you understand.
I sure did.
That was so, yeah.
I was actually on tour with Peter Pan, and we were playing Broadway at the time, and the Today Show contacted our press people and asked me to go on as an expert witness and to discuss it. And I'm like, no, there's no way. I don't want to even be associated with this. And I don't know if you know how it happened or what the whole issue was.
I remember, so there was something that was not protected, right, or something. Owen was really nervous to get up there too.
He was, but the rigger that did the equipment, or supplied the equipment, used a piece of rigging that can be released under tension. And while he was 70 feet in the air, he was moving around, and his cape got caught in the clip, and it released it, and that was it.
Oh my gosh! It was just somebody that didn't know how to rig it right. Got it. Oh,
exactly.
Right. Lord, because Sting in WWF and WWE and WCW used the rig, and then a lot of musicians too do the flying.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've flown everyone from Kevin James and Kevin Can Wait to Kathy Rigby and Peter Pan. And I currently have Wicked on Broadway right now, and a production of Little Mermaid in Japan that's been running for 9 years, and they're going as safe as possible.
So this is almost like a production company, right? You're the production person that comes up, and you have a team to do all these different things. You're the creative side.
Correct. I do all the choreography of it. I choreograph all of the actors, and then I either design the equipment, or I find a vendor that has the equipment that does what I need it to do, and then I sub that equipment out, and then we rent it. The production company rents it, and then I use it to choreograph.
Where do you want to see your company go? Is there any larger you can go with all the different things you've expanded on?
Well, I am currently worldwide. I've been in 37 or 38 different countries, 6 of the 7 continents. Nobody is doing anything in Antarctica, so I got to wait for that. it's coming out of the pandemic really hurt. I mean, it hurt live entertainment. So we're trying to bounce back, and our schedule is really filling up. Our fall and spring of next year is looking real good.
That's fantastic. And so the pandemic hurt you for sure because live entertainment disappeared.
Well, Broadway shut down for 18 months.
Yeah, no, I couldn't believe that. And it's not, so it's back now. That's great. As you said, you were quicker. Are
it's back in
full theater, full theaters now?
Full theater, full audience.
Wow.
It's great.
That's great that finally, because I remember interviewing some people for Broadway, so that it's just tremendous what you were able to do. So what do you now? What's on your wish list now, like, or bucket list? Because if you accomplished so much in this business, is there something else you want to accomplish? Is there a chance to get an Academy Award for flying, or something?
There's not an Academy Award. However, there is the Broadway Hall of Fame, you know, or an honorary Tony Award. Things like that. But I mean, I don't even look at that. To me, since there's no category for it, I just do it for the love of it because I enjoy it. And I always look at, you know, I get scripts and musicals and stuff, and I read through them like, this is something I need to do. This has heart to it, and I pick shows that I really enjoy.
So, is there a book coming for you or anything? Writing a book about your career?
There could be a coffee table book. There could be.
Could be. You just have to figure out the time to do it.
The time to do it, and exactly what I can include, because there's some things that have gone on backstage that I really can't really talk
about. So, is there anything other things in your wish list of your career that you want to accomplish, or just keep going and be successful as the best?
There are a few things. It's funny you say that, because a few years ago I went to see a show called House of Dancing Waters, which is a Franco Dragone production. I don't know if you know who Franco Dragone is, but he was the creative director for Cirque du Soleil for a long time.
Okay.
And then he broke away from them and opened up his own company. And I was sitting there watching the show, and there was, I mean, maybe 15 people in the air flying around, and they were diving in the water and doing all of this acrobatics. And I turned to my friend and I said, I want to do that. That is my goal. And 4 years later, I found myself in Dubai as Franco Dragone's flying director for a production that he did that is now currently running, called The Pearl. And I had a total of 18 people in the air at one time.
So you're setting those goals. You have to set it. It's a book, maybe a podcast on flying. Who knows? You got to start continuing to brand yourself, and there's got to be a category for all these awards for flying.
Well, there's got to be. I mean, even if it breaks down to special effects, there's got to be a category for special effects, because there's so many things in our industry where people put their heart and soul into it, and there's no recognition. It just goes away, you know. Like fight directors. Did
you ever do it for, like, remember the guy that did the tightrope across Times Square and all that stuff? Were you involved?
The Walenda family.
Yeah. Are you ever involved in the rigging that they've done? No.
No, because they do their own stuff. They do their own rigging. And I started out as a rigger, but
you're all more flying, so that's two different things.
Right. So there's the rigging of the equipment for flying, and then there's the choreography of it. And since I like the choreography more, for me that's more of a challenge, because what I have to do is take either the director or the choreographer's idea and then make it a full-blown concept.
Got it.
You know.
All right. So best place we can find information on you, learn more about you, where can we go?
My website is theflyguy.com. Very easy. Theflyguy.com.
And you're always open for more opportunities then, right?
Oh, I'm always open. Always open. I'm always looking for the next great project, you know, and there's something always out there. You know, people are always calling saying, hey, I have this idea. Can this work? You know, when I sit and I discuss it with them, and then we actually work the flying into the show, because they want it there, but they don't know how to make it work. So I help them with their script or with the storyline, and I make it fit. The one thing that I don't like is gratuitous flying. I like to have it not stand out, but tell the story. If it doesn't continue the story and push the story forward, it's worthless. So I like to do that. So I like working with the playwright or the director and make the flying not stop the show and say, hey, look at this spectacle, but continue the storyline.
All right. We appreciate you coming by. Thanks again.
My pleasure, man.
You're listening
Nice
and
meeting you.
watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.